Let me ask you something. What if the reason your life feels heavy lately, your decisions feel confusing, and your peace feels fragile, isn't because God is silent? What if it's not because you lack wisdom or because God is delaying answers, but because something quietly dangerous has taken root in the heart? Today I want to promise you a truth that may shock you when you hear it. Near the end of this message, we'll uncover a verse many believers know by heart, but when truly understood, it exposes why pride, not sin, is often the greatest enemy of wisdom. And once you see it, you'll never approach God's guidance the same way again. Let's begin with Scripture. Chapter 1. Pride, the Invisible Problem. Proverbs 16:18 says, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." Notice something important. The fall doesn't come first. The destruction doesn't appear suddenly. Pride comes quietly before anything breaks. Pride convinces us, "I've got this. I don't need correction. I already know what to do." It doesn't always look arrogant. Sometimes it looks like confidence. Sometimes it looks like independence. Sometimes it even looks like maturity. But Scripture warns us, when pride leads, wisdom follows at a distance. Chapter 2. Humility, the beginning God requires. Proverbs 9:10 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom." Wisdom does not begin with intelligence. It does not begin with experience. It does not begin with success. It begins with humility before God. Imagine two people facing the same decision. One named Patricia says, "God, guide me, but I already know what I want." The other, named Hannah, says, "God, guide me even if your answer disrupts my plans." Both pray. Only one is humble, and only one receives wisdom that protects instead of flatters. Chapter 3. When pride masquerades as strength. Proverbs 11:2 tells us, "When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom." Pride resists slowing down. IT hates correction. IT interprets advice as an attack. Humility listens. IT pauses. IT asks before acting. Here's the danger. Pride doesn't always make us reckless. Sometimes it makes us confidently wrong. And confident mistakes often cost more than ignorant ones. Chapter 4. Knowledge without humility. Proverbs 18:12 says, "Before a downfall, the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor." You can know Scripture and still lack wisdom. You can quote verses and still resist obedience. Knowledge informs the mind. Humility positions the heart. Without humility, truth becomes harsh, correction feels offensive, growth feels unnecessary, but humility keeps the heart teachable even after years of faith. Chapter 5. Why God Resists the Proud. Proverbs 3:34 says, "He mocks proud mockers but shows favor to the humble." This is sobering. Scripture does not say God ignores the proud. It says He resists them. Not because He is cruel, but because pride blocks the relationship. Pride says, "I'll lead." Humility says, "You lead." And God only guides surrendered hearts. Chapter 6. Humility produces peace. Proverbs 22:4 says, "Humility is the fear of the Lord. Its wages are riches and honor and life." Have you noticed something? Humble people rest more easily. They're not always right, but they're often at peace. Why? Because humility removes the pressure of self-dependence. When you no longer need to control everything, you finally experience the peace of trusting God with everything. The surprising truth, the revelation. Now, here is the truth I promised you. The verse many believers know,